Yeah. Yeah. Morning all. Yeah. Before I start, can one please confirm whether my screen is visible, whether my voice is clear?
Yes.
And thank you.
It's
Today,
clear.
today I'll be discussing about data types and variables in Python. Every organization, every organization use case has got data and operations. Every organization use case has got data and operations. Data represented using data types and variables. Data represented using data types and variables. Operations represented using data types and variables. Operations represented using functions. If you take any organization, right, has got data and operations. For example, take the example of a bank. Bank has got data and operations like customer data, customer name, customer account number, address, balance, branch, and operations like deposit operation, withdraw operation, transfer operation, right? So data represented using the data types and variables, operations using functions. Observe this. As compared with other programming languages, right? Yes. C or C++ or Java, comparison with Python. Python supports dynamic data types. Python supports dynamic data types. Now, for example, if you want to define some variables here, x equal to 10. If you want to define some variables like x equal to 10, I need to say data type defining is compulsory. I need to say int x equal to 10. If I want to say y equal to 4.5, I need to say float y equal to 4.5. Z equal to hello. I need to say string z. Means without this data type defining, we cannot create the variables x, y, and z. Compulsory, we need to define these data types. But in Python, no need to define the data types. Directly we say x as 10. Directly we can say y as 4.5. And here we can say z as hello. What kind of variable x is means? What kind of variable x is means? Based on the data type defining as it is integer type. What type of variable means integer variable. What kind of variable y is means what type of what data type, right? Float. What kind of variable z is means based on this data type defining, you are just saying it as string type. So this x is integer, y is float, z is string. Based on the data type defining, you are saying that the type of the variable. But here, what kind of variable x is? What kind of variable x is means what value you have assigned to it. Based on the value assigned, the variable x is created dynamically during runtime. As you have assigned an integer value, integer variable is going to get created. Here in other programming, explicitly we should define int or float or here no need. Based on the value assigned itself, it is going to take, right, what kind of variable to be created. If If we are assigning 10, integer variable creates dynamically during runtime. There is a function in Python type of x. Type of x is integer. Why it is integer? Because you have assigned a integer value. Type of y is what type? Float type. Type of z, what type? String type. Type of x, integer. Type of y, float. Type of z, string. Type of x is integer, type of y is float, type of z is string. Based on the value assigned, the variables are created dynamically during runtime. Now, I'm going to make you understand much better. I'm going to discuss 4 cases now. You need to understand what happens internally when you define some variables in Python. Defining variables. Whenever you define a variable like x equal to 10, whenever you say x equal to 10, internally one object is going to get created. Internally one object gets created with the value 10. It is going to have some address. That address is taken by x. Whenever we say x equal to 10, an object is going to get created with some address. The address is taken by x. Print x. Prints the, okay. Print x means it, whenever you say print x, it goes to this address and prints whatever present at that address. 10. Prints the content at that address. Prints the content at that address. What is that? 10. It goes to this address and prints the content, whatever content, right? And one more, ID. If I want to print this address itself, where exactly it is stored, there is ID function, right? Print ID of x, prints the address of x. Prints the address of x 103070. Right. Type of x, right? Prints the data type of x. Data type of x is what type? Int type. Yeah, print x prints the content at that address. Print ID of x prints the address of x. Type of x prints the data type of x. Printing the content, printing the address, and printing the data type of x. 3 things you need to understand: how to print the content, how to print the address, and how to print the data type of x. Next, case 2. Whenever we define like x equal to 10, y equal to 20. Yes. Now try to respond. Now from here onwards, I want the sessions to be interactive. Everyone unmute yourself and try to give the responses, right? Through voice, or you can respond through chat. X equal to 10, y equal to 20. How many objects are going to get created? Yes. How many objects will be created?
Two.
Yeah,
Two.
2 objects, right? For 10, 1 object. For 20, another object. It is going to have some address. The address is taken by X. It is going to have some address. The address is taken by Y. Now try to say what is print X here? What is print X?
10.
10. ID of X, the address ID of X. What is the ID of X?
Whatever the address.
103073.
Yeah, whatever the address, right? Yes. Type of X, data type of X.
Integer.
Integer, right? What value you are assigning based upon what value you are assigning to X based on the value assigned. Yes. Now print Y.
Print.
Print address of Y. 104050. Type of Y. Integer, right? So two different variables X and Y with two different values. Then two different objects gets created with two different addresses. Next, case 3. Observe here, X value is 10, Y is 10. How many objects are going to get created here?
2.
Everyone.
2.
Observe carefully here, only one object gets created here. Only one object creates X equal to 10. Okay, fine. First, it creates object for X. Before creating object for Y, before creating object for, it checks any object with value 10, any object with value 10, if it is already available in the memory, the same address is given to one. Don't think again one more object with value 10 will be created. No. If X is 10, Y is 10, Z also 10. Don't think that 3 objects with the 10, 10, 10 will be created. No.
Okay, so it's based on value, is it?
Yes, based on the value, right? If the value is same, only one object. For example, X is 10, Y is 20, Z is 30. How many objects?
3.
Three objects. But if it is 10, 10, 10, only one object, one address, the address is taken by X, Y, and Z. Here, all the variables X, Y, and Z, they are sharing the same content. They are sharing the same address, right? So I can say like a print X, print Y, and print Z. 10. If you want, they are sharing the same address also, address of X, address of Y, address of Z. What is that? 103070. Type of X, type of Y, and type of Z also integer type. Understood? If the contents are same, only one object. If they are different, multiple objects. Now observe this case 4. Now previously X and Y. Now I'm saying X is 10 and X is 20, not XY. X and X only. For 10, one object creates with some address. The address taken by X. Again for 20, one more object gets created. Now up to here, it's fine. But whenever I say print X, what is X value? 10 or 20 or both?
10.
For
I
example,
think first value it will print.
for
10.
example, your salary last year, 50,000. Your salary this year, 80,000. Print a salary, what it prints?
The latest update.
Latest.
It will take the latest value,
Yes.
last updated
Always, yeah, always the last updated value it takes. Print X is what?
value. 20.
20. The latest value it takes. X equal to 20. Print address of X 104090. The last type also integer type. Type of X is integer, right? So X can store only one address. X can store one value. This one, the previous one gets removed. The previous one, whenever you are modifying, right? X to 30, what happens to 20?
It
When
will be removed.
it will be removed, right? Whenever you again next, if you say X equal to 30, this X equal to 20 gets removed. So understood, right? Yes. So here, 4 cases. The first case, printing X, the content, address, printing the address, printing the type. In case two different variables, X and Y, with the two different values, 10, 20, two different objects, two different addresses. In case 3, 10, 10, 10, only one object, only one address, right? In the case of case 4, if you're modifying the X value for 10 to 20, always the latest value will be available. The previous one will be eliminated, right? Now, data types. Data types mainly are of two types. Data types mainly are of two types. Fundamental data types and collection data types. Fundamental data types means, in a simple way, objects holding single value, object holding single value. Object holding single value means, just before we discussed X equal to 10, one object is created with value 10 with some address, the address taken by X. In this example, X equal to 10, what X is storing? Don't say X is storing 10. X stores this address. X stores this address. Whenever you say print X, it goes to this address and prints whatever present at that address. Prints the content at that address. Here, X equal to 10, one object created with value 10, right? Here, object to holding the single value. What is that? Object to holding single value. This fundamental data type. Collection data type, the name itself saying collection of values, group of values, set of values, object to holding, group of values, collection of values, set of values, right? Example, group of values means X equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. One object is created for this also, right? One object is created. In that object, you will see group of values, multiple values. It's going to have some address. The address is taken by X. Here, object holding group of values. Object holding single value, it's fundamental type. Object holding group of values, collection data types, right? Yes. Now, what are the various fundamental data types? What are the various collection data types? Observe. Fundamental data types. Fundamental data types mainly are of 5 types. integer, float, boolean, string, complex. Integer, for example, age 25. Okay, this 25 is what? Integer type. If you something in decimal, for example, weight 76.40 means something in decimals, right? Float. Boolean means zeros and ones. Zero Boolean values 0 or 1 means 0 means false, 1 indicates true or false, which returns to true or false. So in Python, true indicates T should be in uppercase, false F should be in uppercase. They are case sensitive. Means in Python, lower cases and upper cases are taken differently. They are not same. Boolean values 0 indicates false, 1 indicates true. String, sequence collection of characters. Sequence collection of characters. City equal to Hyderabad, right? City equal to Hyderabad. Means sequence collection of characters. You can see collection of characters. Three plus, for example, in case of complex, what we say in general mathematics, x plus iy. X is the real part. This is imaginary part. In Python, instead of I, we use the symbol J. Yes. Integer, float, boolean, string, complex. Collection data types, right?
So there is no char data type, is it?
String only. Everything will be taken as string only. Single character, multiple characters, everything string. Collection data types, mainly 4 types.
So complex data type, can you elaborate, sir? Not understood.
Yes. In general mathematics, right? General mathematics, how to represent a complex value. A plus IB.
Okay.
A is real, B is imaginary.
Okay.
Complex numbers representation in mathematics. So here also Python supports that complex data type if you want to define anything, same way. So if you are assigning to the age value, you are assigning 25. What you are assigning to age, 25, integer type. Based upon what value, if you are assigning a float value, it takes float type. If you are assigning a characters, multiple characters, string type. For example, y equal to a plus ib. What is the type of complex type? Complex type. Y equal to 10, integer type. Y equal to 4.5, float type. Understand here? What value you are assigning to y? Integer. Here, float. Here, complex type. More on this complex I'll be discussing, right? Yes, in the coming session. But now just types are 5 types. Y equal to hello, it is string type in this way. What value you are assigning to y? Integer. That's why integer. Here float, here string, here complex.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So collection data types, 4 types. First is list. Second is like tuple, right? Third is set. Dictionary. List. 4 types of collections. List, tuple, set, and dictionary. Here the representation you can check. List represented using square bracket. Tuple represented using normal braces. Set represented using curly braces. Dictionary by using key value format. Key colon value, right? Yes. Example of list 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 of x equal to list of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This one, tuple y equal to s. 10, 20, 30, s. Curly bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dictionary, something in the form of key and value. For example, name Ajay, age 25. So key value format means name is the key, Ajay is the value, age is the key, 25 is the value. For example, city Hyderabad. City will be the key, Hyderabad will be the value, right? So we have got a lot of discussions on these collection data types like list, list properties, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, list modifications. Similarly, for tuple, set, and dictionary, for nearly 1 week, we'll be discussing on this collection types, right?
Then what is the difference between list, tuple, and set? Like, because it is a list collection of the same data type, numeric objects, right? I mean, like, what would be the difference in terms of at memory level or in terms of?
So, main difference between list and tuple is list is mutable, tuple is immutable. Means what do you mean by mutable? Immutable means if you are defining a tuple, you cannot modify the tuple. See here, very simple. In the case of list, I can add a new element to 60. I can add, I can insert, I can remove an element from that list. I can modify this 20 to 25. Modification allowed, insertion allowed, deletion allowed. You can modify an element, you can insert a new element, you can remove an element 40. Means what is that? Insertion possible, modification possible, deletion possible. These three not possible in tuple. You cannot add a new element. You cannot modify an existing element. You cannot remove an element. Understood, right? Once you define a tuple, it's like a constant.
Okay.
You cannot insert, you cannot remove, or you cannot modify, right? The main difference is this. But
Okay.
in the list, you can keep on adding, you can keep on removing, you can keep on modifying. You cannot modify these values. You
Okay.
cannot delete this value. You cannot insert a new value. That's the main difference. So yes, we'll be discussing in brief, right? We have got a lot of discussion on list, tuple, set, and dictionary. In
And
the yes,
what's the difference between list and set then again?
set is for mathematical operations. Set is
Oh,
for mathematical operations, right? Like union, intersection, difference, symmetric difference. For this kind of operations, we use set. Okay.
got it. Thank you.
So here we have got, in the case of fundamental types, we have got a lot of discussion. Can set have duplicates means one thing. Here you can have duplicate elements. In the case of list, duplicates allowed. 10 repeated again, 30 repeated again. In tuple also you can have it. 10, 20. In the sets, duplicates not allowed. Duplicates not allowed. You cannot have duplicate elements. No. In
Yeah,
the
so
case, yes, in the case of fundamental types, right? In the case of fundamental types, you have got a lot of discussion on the string type, right? City equal to Hyderabad. Okay, strings. Today discuss more on the strings, right? Just What is a string? A string is a sequence collection of characters. It's a sequence collection of characters. In Python, a string is represented using single quote, in this way, right? Using double quote, right? A string is represented using single quote, double quote, right? And a triple quote. String is represented using single quote, double quote, and triple quote. For example, just now we said a city equal to Hyderabad. See, so you can use a double quote or single quote for a single word or a line or a sentence. You can either go with single quote or double quote. But for multiple lines or a paragraph, go with triple quote. Here you got multiple characters. Each character of a string is represented or accessed by a unique index. Each character of a string is represented or accessed by a unique index. String supports two types of indexes. So anything, if you are keeping anything in that hash, starting with hash means it's a comment, single line comment. String supports two types of indexes. Positive index or forward index. We say like positive index or forward index. Positive index or forward index. Index starts from left to right. Index starts with 0. Negative index or backward index. Negative index or backward index. Index starts from right to left. Index starts with -1. So to make you understand about this indexing, two types of indexing, right? Forward, just observe this diagram, right? X equal to anything if you are keeping in quotes, single quote, double quote, or triple quote, it's a string. Python internally for this also one object is going to create. Object is created in that Python Python 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like a forward index, positive index, we say. Forward index or positive index. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. This is backward index or negative index. This object also, it is going to have some address. The address is given by X. Forward index are positive, negative index are backward. X is the string name. X is the string name, right? What is the value of X of 2?
T.
T. What is X of minus 3?
H.
H, right? So in this way, using this index, negative, positive index or negative index, you can access a particular character from a string. Both indexes are supported by string. Negative index, positive index, backward index, forward index. Okay, single line comment start with hash symbol, not executable, right? But multiple lines, if you want to comment multiple lines, right? Just give in this way. All these are commented, not executable now.
Can you please repeat like the single line comment and then double line comment? Like in which case can we use a single quote, and then in which case, specific case, like we need to use a double quote?
Double quote. See, if you are going, if a single quote or double quote, right? Single quote or double quote. For a single word, you can go with single or double. For a line,
Okay.
multiple words, you can go with single or double. But when to go for triple quote means for a paragraph, for multiple lines, and single quote and double quote. For example, a double quote within a double quote is not allowed.
Okay.
So in such case, for example, if there is any situation where hello Hyderabad is there. Hello, if you want to keep it in such case, you use single quote for this hello. Means anytime, if you want to keep within this double quotes, if you want to keep this, right? So you cannot go with double quote. In that case, you can go with single quote. Within a double quote, you can have a single quote. Within a single quote, you can have a double, but double quote within a double quote is not allowed.
Okay.
That's why. So either single quote or double quote can be used for a word or a line. Triple quote for multiple lines or a paragraph.
Got it.
X equal to Python. Print X. Python it prints. Type, what type it is? Type of X. What you are assigned to X. What you are assigned to X. A string. Type of X will be string type. str. Len of X. Length of X, right? Length of X means number of characters within the string. Now I'm writing a comment here for your understanding. Number of characters within the string. Number of characters, how many? 6 characters. Number of characters, 6 characters. Type of X. Type of X is what type? String type. Len of X.
String.
Okay. Now Y equal to programming. If I say print X plus Y, print X plus Y prints what? We call this as concatenation. Concatenation, right? All this is concatenation means adding two strings. Adding two strings. Adding two strings means first string followed by second. First string followed by second string. Concatenation, nothing but adding two strings. First string followed by second string. Observe this output. Save it first. Control S. Yes. .py extension, right? Run module. Python plus programming. Python programming what? But you want space between this Python and programming. Add 3 strings. X is one string, Python, Y is another string, programming between these two, one blank string. In this way.
Okay.
One blank string. So X plus space plus Y. Python programming items. Now, string slicing. String slicing, right? Extracting a particular portion of a string. Particular portion of a string. X equal to Python program. You're saying Python program. Extract only Python from this. Try to extract only. Everyone try to respond. How can I extract only Python from this? Print X. From this X, slice only Python.
0.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start with 0, end with
5. 5.
Actually, we need to end with 5, but we need to give 6.
6.
Because this we call it like lower bound, this we call it like upper bound. Always upper bound excluded. 6 excluded, up to 5 will consider. But if you use 5, right? 5 gets excluded. You want to get n. So for your understanding, I'll say, right? Always upper bound excluded. Understood? Actually, we need to give 5 here, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 we need to give. But if you give 5, this 5 excludes, this n gets excluded. So that's why provide at 6. Run module. Python it prints. I want to extract the middle portion of the string. Now I want this 4 characters only. Try to extract. Try to say everyone. Right. Extract only these 4 characters.
7 to 11.
Yeah, print x of 7 to 11, right?
11.
This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 you want, 8 you want, 9 you want, 10 you want, 11 you need to give, right? 11 excludes, up to 10 it takes, right? PROG. Okay, fine. What if I give in the reversed order? 7 to 11, if I reverse it, 11 to 7 if I say. Empty string. Because always slicing in the forward direction. If you go in the backward direction, it gives empty string. Means here the previous one, 7 to 11, you are going in the forward, but 11 to 7, you are going in the backward direction in this way.
So minus we cannot give, is it? -3, -2 to.
No, just 1 second. Here empty string, right? Check it, empty string you got. Because always slicing in the forward. Now try to extract PROG using negative index. Everyone try to respond. Extract the PROG using a negative index. Negative index.
-6 to.
Using negative index also should go in the forward direction only.
Okay.
-2 to -8.
-2 to?
-4 to -8.
You are going in the backward direction.
-7 to -4.
-7 is correct, but ends with
-3.
-3. Here, observe here, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. -7 you want, -6 you want, -5 you want, -4 you want. Give -3. -3 excludes up to -4 it takes, right? Yes. Check this. -7 to. If you have got any queries, try to just ask that queries, right? I'll provide multiple examples. Now, extract the entire word. Extract the entire word program. Extract the entire word. First, you say me using positive index. 7 to 7 you want, 8 you want, 9 you want, 10 you want, 11 you want, 12, 13. 7 to
1 to 14.
14 index not available. Can I take 14?
Okay, it will be index out of bound.
No. 14 index, 14 excluded, right? 14 excluded, it won't consider 14. Up to 13 only it will consider, right? 13 index available, right? So it's fine. 7 to 14, you will get it. Means 14 excluded, always upper bound excluded, right? This 14 also excluded. Up to
Yeah.
13 it takes. Or you can write the shortcut for this. X of 7, don't provide the upper bound. Ignore the upper bound. It reads from 7 to up to the end of the string. Both returns program. Right?
Okay.
Using negative index, you say me. -7 to, yes, everyone, try to respond. -7 to.
-1 program.
-1 means again the same will be excluded.
I think we can leave it
So,
blank.
Just -7 to blank.
-1 blank.
Yes, this is the only way, right?
Yeah.
Returns program. -7 to end of this string.
-7 to -1.
-1 means the same, right? M -1
correct.
means M gets excluded.
Excluded. Yeah.
Now, can I ignore this lower bound in this way? Is it valid? Try to respond. X of, I'm not providing this lower bound, but I'm providing 6 here, upper bound. Is it valid? This and
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
both are same, right?
Yeah.
If you're ignoring lower bound, it takes from the start of the to 6.
0.
0 to 6. By default, it takes the start index to 6. 6x to up to 5 takes. These are same. Python it brings. What if I ignore both lower and upper?
Yeah. It prints everything, right?
Entire string will be printed. Is that
Yeah.
compulsory to provide space there? Here, this is space is there.
No need.
Is it is valid?
Yeah.
This last 3 statements results the same output, right? Last 4 statements results the same output. This last 4 statements results the same output.
Yep.
Now try to respond x of 0 to 14 with the increment of 2. What is that? 0? Start value. 0 is the start value. Yes. This is stop value. This is step value. Start value, stop value, step value. 0 is the start, 14 is the stop value, 2 is the step value. Increment by, right? 0 to 14 increment by 2 means it is going to read only the even indexes. What are the even indexes? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 0 means P, 2 means T, next O,
Oh,
next space, R, G, A. Check this, right? Only the even indexed one. Can you see? Even indexed characters it is going to. See here, 0 to 14 means this, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will take the same thing. 0 to 14 and this both are same, right? So for the same thing, I'll say increment by 2. Both are same or not? This and
Yes.
both are same, right? Both is the same
Yeah.
out. X of colon minus 1, right? Reverses the string. What it does, minus 1 means reverses the string. Reverses the string.
Yeah, it prints from the -1 index.
Yeah, it will start from -1, right? So that's why what is the output you will get in the reversed order.
Sir, what is the meaning of step value?
Step value means increment. Step means increment. Here by default 0 to 14 means increments by 1, right? 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index. Here 0 to 6 means increments by 1. 0, next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Increments by 1 index. Here increments by 2. After 0, it will read the second index. After 0, it reads the second index, means this one. T. Again after T, it reads the second, next increments by 2.
Okay. Okay.
1 second. Okay, this is okay. Have you heard about the word palindrome? Anyone?
Yeah.
Palindrome. What is palindrome?
So
If
it's
you
like
reverse,
AB.
if you reverse the
Even though
string,
if you flip, it's the same word you will get.
yes. If we reverse the string, if we get the same string there, it is a palindrome. If we reverse a string, if we get the same string, it's a palindrome. Example, anyone? Examples of palindrome?
Tomato.
Tomato, no. Madam, if you reverse also, you will get madam only, right? Malayalam, if you reverse also, you will get Malayalam only, right? DAD, also MOM, right? LEVEL, level. NITIN, radar. Race car. All this, right? If you reverse also, you should get the same thing, right? Yes. X equal to, madam, I'm taking MADAM. I'll print it. Print X. If I reversing means this one just now I said, right? Reversing. So if I reverse it, x of colon colon minus 1 and store the result in y. Store the output in y. Print y. Both are same, right? Main amount it is going to print. If both are,
Yes.
if you reverse also, if you are getting the same string, it is a talent row. So, and one more thing, tomorrow the link will be changing. You are supposed to get enrolled to get the new link to your mail IDs. You'll be getting the new links to your mail ID, right? Yes. Just I'll take 5 minutes more before I stop. 1 second. So we don't need to write huge codings in Python. We have got many inbuilt functionalities, methods, functions available, right? Just I'll take 5 minutes to show you the string methods, various strings method, right? Right. For example, upper to print in uppercase, to print in uppercase. X equal to, for example, Hyderabad. Single word or line or paragraph. Everything I want to print in uppercase. X is the string dot upper, you can say it prints in uppercase. If you want to print a word or a line or a paragraph. Yeah, this notes everything I'll be forwarding you, right? 1 second. X dot upper Hyderabad, everything in uppercase, right? Even if you take 10 lines, everything you want in upper, just say dot upper, it will be printed in uppercase. Lower to print in lowercase. To print in lowercase, right? Yes. For example, X equal to Mumbai. If you got in uppercase, I want to print it in lowercase. Just say X dot lower. Right, to X dot lower, run module, right? Mumbai in uppercase. Yes, to print Mumbai in lowercase. For example, I got it this way. X equal to India. I want only the first character, I only in the uppercase, remaining all in the lower cases itself. I want in that way. How can I write? I want only the first character I in the uppercase, remaining all in the lower cases. Capitalize. We have got a method called capitalize. Just check it. Only the I first character I only in the uppercase, remaining all in the lower cases. So what is that method? Capitalize.
So indexing doesn't work in this methods.
Indexing will work. It's a time-taking process, right? But directly we have got this providing method. Capitalize means for capitalizing the first character. First character. For capitalizing the first character of a string. For example, observe this. X equal to, for example, good morning, Hyderabad. How many words are there? 3 words. Each word, the first character in the uppercase I want. G in uppercase. I want M in uppercase. H in uppercase. X dot capitalize, if I say only this G appears in uppercase. So there is one more method called title. Check it now. Every word, first character in the uppercase, is it printing or not? G in uppercase, M in uppercase. You may ask where this, okay. This is what, which method? Title. What is that? Title. For capitalizing the first character of each word in a string. For example, you may ask where exactly this title can be useful means. One more example you check. You got some employees details. Employees names are like this: Rahul, Ajay, Blake, Miller, James, Amar, John. In this way, hundreds of employee names are there. I want every employee name first character in the uppercase. EMPS dot title. That's it. Check it now. Every employee name first character will be printed in uppercase. Rahul or in upper, Ajay in upper, Blake, Miller, James, Amar, John, right? One more method, replace. For replacing a portion of a string. For example, I'm saying Java is easy. Print X is the string, replace which one? Java with Python. What is the output you get? Python is easy. Replace the word Java with Python. What is the output? Python is. So in this way, we have got many methods. So we are running out of time. 1 second. So what is that? Upper, lower, capitalize, title, swap case, replace. Like still we have got more methods like count method, find method, strip method, join method, split method, right? We have got many more methods are available. String, okay. So we have discussed string indexing, string slicing, string methods, and how the variables are defined, data types and variables. Okay, fine. So yes, split also there I'll discuss, right? We have what split method is there, strip method is there, count method is there, format method is there, starts with, ends with. We have got many more methods, right? Of string. I'll be discussing it tomorrow. And here tomorrow, once again, right? The link is changing, right? So you can see in the chart, right?
So would this
You can see in the chart, they have given the contact details of the online team. If you've got any queries, right? You can just contact them, right? And also the payment details is updated in the chart. And if you observe this course content details, course content is given, and also the, yes, if you have absent to the previous session, you can check the previous session videos also. From tomorrow, you will be getting the videos from tomorrow onwards, right? You will be getting the videos to your Google Drive, notes to your mail IDs, and tomorrow a WhatsApp group is going to be created, right? From tomorrow onwards, you'll be getting the notes on regular basis. Videos, everyday video you'll be getting to your Google Drive. The video is just, you can play and watch that video. It's not downloadable, right? And a WhatsApp group will be created, right? Yes.
these topics is covered, like I'm not sure, like I verified your course content, but this particular mod concept is not there, like in
object-oriented programming, right? I discussed threading, multi-threading concept is discussed.
Okay.
Multi-threading, I'll be covering it, but network programming is not covered.
Network programming is not covered. Okay.
Network programming, right? You need require a lot of understanding about that networking. Previously, I used to discuss, but it's going, the duration of the course is going too long, right?
So is network
lo-
programming belongs to object-oriented programming?
No. Network programming is separate, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so a lot of understanding required about the network fundamentals. It is going to take a lot of time for that. Okay. So remaining all whatever I said in the post, right, will be discussed in brief, right? Once again, have a quick look what we are just going to discuss, right? Python basics, Python operations, operators in Python, different IDEs, flow controls, looping statements, strings, collections, lists, tuples in brief, sets, dictionaries, functions, modules in Python, packages in Python, errors and exception, file handling, working with object-oriented programming concepts in brief, regular expressions, database connectivity, right? I'm going to show you installation of one database, Python date and time, operating system, OS related, right? Advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closures, decorator, web scraping, working with different file formats, graphical programming, working with Excel workbook, Excel files, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas model in brief, one of the important module of Python, Pandas, NumPy model in brief, and Matplotlib model in brief. These 30 topics, right? Along with these frameworks.
So are we executing any projects after
Yes,
this?
yes. Observe here. So Python core and advanced, 70 hours will be, it's not 45 hours course, 70 hours in brief, in depth we'll be discussing. Duration goes like 2 months, around 2 months. 6,000 is the course fee for it. And you will be given this Django framework, right? Before you go with Django, you'll be given knowledge on this UI technologies, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, right? All this will be discussed. And the Django applications will be creating, right? And also I'll be giving this UI technologies will be discussed freely. And this Flask, one more framework, it is going to be provided for you freely, right? That is Flask framework. And also you'll be given knowledge on this REST API and a database like MySQL database. And you asking about a project, right? Project will be discussed. So here for this also, right? Frameworks and this, all this from this 2 to 7, what all this, right? This also takes nearly 70 more hours, 2 months duration, 7,000 is the course fee for it. Python plus frameworks, 70 plus 70, 140 hours, 2 to 2 months, around 4 months it takes. And 6 plus 7, that is that. But if you are taking the entire package, Python package, the single payment, it is 12,000, right? Yes. And I said, ma'am, once again, I'm making it clear about the timing. For the first one week, it will be at 5 a.m. it starts, but later it starts at 6 a.m. to up to the end of the course. So you'll be getting the videos of each and every session, soft copy of the class notes, assignments and tasks, WhatsApp group will be created, and all the sessions, right? I want more interaction from your side. Whatever statement I type, right? Python is an interpretation. So whether your answers are correct or wrong, try to keep responding, right? Interview
Okay.
questions at the end I'll be providing, right? And there is one more package, as I said, I also deal with the big data engineering, right? On this Hadoop, PySpark, Linux. And in that big data package, even this Python 2 months course is covered. If anybody interested in this big data, Hadoop, Spark with Python, which has got a great boom, right? It's a weekend batch. Only on Saturdays and Sundays we'll be having this, right? Saturday 2 hours and Sunday 2 hours. In the evening, Saturday and Sunday evenings we'll be having it. So 12 weekends will be for this. And for Python, you will be attending any of my batch, either this current batch you can attend or any of the other, right? 15,000 is the course fee for it, right? So tomorrow, once you enroll, right? Once you enroll, don't forget to share the screenshot of your payment to the mail ID provided, DURGASOFT online training @gmail.com. You can see in that, you can copy that DURGASOFT online training @gmail.com. You need to forward, then only they will be sharing the link to that same mail ID which you have forwarded. What is the prerequisite for big data means? Prerequisites for big data means basics of SQL, basic SQL, and basics of Linux. Anyhow, Linux, I am going to cover it as part of this, right? And basics of SQL required. Okay, fine. Remaining everything I'll be covering as part of this course.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, I would like
Yes.
to keep my career in AI technologies. Okay, so for that only the core Python will be sufficient, or I want to go for the advanced Python?
See, okay, modules, okay, in the case of modules are there. Modular programming, you need to have the idea, right? In advanced concepts, modular programming, how to work with modules, how to use the modules,
Okay.
exploring the modules. You need to have that modular programming. As part of our Python course, I'll be discussing procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, modular programming with Python, right? That's why I said 70 hours. Okay. Fine. So modular programming is important, not only for data science, any other environment, for big data environment, Most of these high-end technologies, they are using Python for the implementation. 89,300 models are provided for different environments, right? So how to use them, how to import it, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, how to explore those things required, right?
So,
Yeah.
Vijay, one question. So, will this course help to learn generative AI like LLMs, RAG, other stuff?
See, this Python is the prerequisite. You prerequisites for learning all those, right? Means how
Okay.
to implement the coding level, right? Implementation level. So that, for example, the algorithms are there, all those you'll be seeing in that core part, right? But here implementation part, how this Python coding part, how to write the code using procedural oriented, using object oriented, or using model, how to use them, we'll be learning here.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So I'm stopping for here. We'll continue tomorrow. Check your mail IDs. You'll be getting the links. Okay, for tomorrow's session. And tomorrow's at 5 o'clock, right? But with a different link. Fine. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.